hello. Welcome. You're here. I'm here. Let's see what happens. You've joined us at the TELUS STORYHIVE On Location Victoria with Carpe Noctem Creators Challenge. We're coming to you live from House of Owl, Victoria's co-working club for creators. House of Owl is located on the traditional and unceded Lekwungen territory. Deep respect, deep bow, deep love for the original caretakers of this land, the Songhees and Esquimalt peoples. I'm Jordan Dack, and I will be your host on this absolutely crazy adventure called Carpe Noctem. Now, what is Carpe Noctem? Carpe Noctem is a high-pressure environment where we bring together creators and songwriters from various genres. All together, we give them access to the House of Owl recording studio and writing spaces, and we give them 5 hours to write, record, and release a song. Now, many of these songwriters have never met each other before. All of them come from completely different genres. Is it all going to work out? I have no idea at all, but we're going to take you into the heart of the creative process. I want you to feel like you are there writing with the songwriters. This is all going to span over, 5 hours for the songwriters, 4 hours for the live stream. So at the end, we're going to do episode cut, episode cut, episode cut, and then you're going to join us for the next episode as we move through the night. If you stick with us, by the time we get to 11 p.m. tonight, we're going to release the song out into the world, and you're going to be able to hear the full thing. So why don't we go ahead and dig into exactly what the creative process is all about. Now, at the beginning, no one really knows where the idea comes from. Does it descend from the heavens? Does it come upwards from the heart? Up from the earth, through the feet, into the mind, the lips, the heart, and back out into the world? Who knows? We're going to find out tonight. So why don't we take a minute? I'm going to go sit down with these amazing creators, and we're going to get to know them a little bit. Now, the thing is that I know you guys all pretty well now, but these wonderful people don't. So I'm going to pass this mic around, and if you could share your name, what genre of music you typically fall into, maybe instruments that you play, and let's just say a word about what you're going to bring to this evening, tonight, this experience. All right? Take it away.
Hi, my name's Ellie Hart. I'm a dark country artist, which is a genre I made up so I can stand out. But I basically do like kind of a grittier country riff songwriting style that kind of hangs out around Americana, country, and indie rock. What was the other things I was supposed to do? Instruments, guitar, voice, and I will bring self-deprecation and humor.
My name's Andre Lamb. I'm a producer, multi-instrumentalist. I produce under the moniker Audiophysical. I play bass, guitar, use various bits of hardware and software to produce, and try and play anything I can get my hands on, really. So I'm producing music for a number of years, but I enjoy working with other people as much as possible, and this is an exciting little process to get involved in. I'd say the genre I'm predominantly in is soul, hip-hop, maybe a little bit of dub, but I'm open to them all. They're all pretty good.
Fantastic. Welcome.
My name is Caleb Hart. I do what I call island soul, similar to Ellie. I made it up because, reggae doesn't encompass what I do, calypso, soca, etc. I basically do whatever I want, but I make sure that it's from my soul, and I'm from the islands.
When I do it, I play djembe, and then I can play almost every instrument, but not well enough to be showcased here tonight.
My name is Matt Gibbs. I'm an audio engineer, producer, songwriter, music fanatic, 30 plus years experience, and I specialize, I guess, for the last 20 years in hip hop mainly, but multi-genre experience. And I'm just here tonight to help facilitate capturing everybody's ideas and the most authentic and best way possible and delivering a cohesive piece of music at the end of it.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Drew Murgatroyd. I'm a singer. I play in a 9-piece psychedelic jungle funk band called Apex Breaks, and I do all kinds of different music productions. I'm also a high school teacher and at the Pacific School of Innovation and Inquiry. And this year I launched a new program where after school day ends, we open the studios at the school.
I did an all ages live performance and creative arts hub called The Open Studios. What am I going to bring to the table? Little bit of chaos and some arrangement and play some guitar, hopefully, and maybe some singing.
All right. Hi, I'm Colleen Dauncey. I'm a pop songwriter and a musical theater composer. And also I do a lot of live looping, my live stream on Twitch. What am I going to bring to the table? Probably some melodies, definitely some harmonies, and a few instruments that I can play medium well.
Yeah, I saw a white harp coming through the door.
Yeah, the harp is my newest instrument, so don't
gorgeous.
judge me on it. But it looks beautiful, and I want to say thank you to the people who got me the harp who I know are watching right now. I'm very excited about the harp.
Hi, my name is Maya Cook. I'm a musician, songwriter, and a circus artist. I live in the Gulf Islands. I'm in the folk,
blues, jazz world. I sing, play a bit of sax and guitar, and I'll bring curiosity. I'm excited to work with you all.
Thank you. Hey, for you guys. And Maya, if you wouldn't mind just handing the mic to Caleb here, or a few additional questions for Mr. Caleb as our team lead today for the songwriting team. How or when do you know that a song idea you're working on deserves to be carried out to fruition, or when you should toss it aside?
Well, I have two answers technically. One answer is for my own professional self. I have to make a decision eventually, so to speak. So you kind of have to make your own decisions. So there's not really a way to say this is what it's like for, someone watching. Personally, I can feel it inside of me. Like inside my stomach, chest area. I'm like, what is this? I need more of this. Or I think this needs to be tackled later. Or I need to give this to someone. Different things. Then I also am a firm believer in tackling through the feeling that this is meant to be put to the side. So it's very circumstantial where I go, sometimes I'm like, man, nah, I'm writing this song tonight and it's gonna be great. Even if I'm not feeling that feeling in my chest that's like excited and artistic, I'm like, nah, I wanna write this song and I need to write this song. So pushing through, so that discipline also needs to exist, in my opinion.
So what we're doing tonight is high pressure. Is high pressure creativity, is that something that you do typically? Or like how long does it take you typically to write a song, let's say?
I mean, I know that I'm very different to the people sitting on my left and right now. I think we could write 5 songs tonight, personally. I genuinely think we could come up with 3 to 5 really good, great songs between all of us. It's gonna be about what each individual decides is their hurdle or their, non-compromise, right? Some people may be like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, this is what we should be doing. And then the other person's going, no, but I really think, and if both those people or 3 or whatever are pretty diehard on that needs to be it, then we're gonna have a problem.
That's right.
But if we allow ourselves to be more spongy and flexible, I think more than one song could be done tonight. I'm really excited for it because it is individuality coming together to make a collaborative thing. And I think that's gorgeous. And I think that's actually what we are lacking in the artistic community in not just Victoria, Vancouver Island, BC, Canada on a whole, but in the world. That proper collaboration, not just features to get your song more known because you dropped 50 grand on that popular person.
Right.
Nah, that's not what I'm talking about.
No.
Co-creating,
Okay, I want to talk to you guys about getting stuck. All right, because if you are a creator of any kind, there's times when you get stuck and it can feel like maybe just a beaded curtain or a brick wall. Right? And I want to know, how do you guys tend to navigate the creative blocks that come up for you?
Yeah, I think I used to get stuck a lot because in my songwriting, I felt like lyrics were my weak point, and I always liked to work with lyricists. But then I found myself writing by myself a lot, and then I'd get stuck on a lyric, and I'd put the song away for a long time because I'm not Caleb Hart, and then I'd have all these half-finished songs. And I think I sort of cured that in myself by just learning a lot of different aspects of creating music. So now, you know, I produce, I loop, I write lyrics, and I've been working on my lyric writing too. And I write melodies and harmonies, and I play a bunch of different instruments. So if I get stuck, I don't let that stop the songwriting. I don't let that stop the creative process. I just move to a different part.
That's so smart.
Oh, thank you. So, you know, if I get stuck on a lyric, I'm like, okay, put that in the back of my head. Now I'm going to work on the bass line for a little bit. And then that will trigger something else. And then that will trigger something else, which is something that I actually always loved about creating with other people, which is why I'm excited tonight. Because we're not going to get stuck, because something I say is going to make Ellie think of something. It's going to make Caleb think of something. But if you are working on your own, which I have found myself doing a lot since the pandemic, then yeah, learn other aspects of it, and you can be your own foil. Anyone else want to take that?
Yeah, anyone else want to speak to that?
One more thing. I think another thing is just keeping going. I think I used to also get stuck and then stop a lot. And I find if I just come back to it every day, something else will happen if I trust that something will happen. And, you know, to go and do other things and find inspiration, but then keep coming back to it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Sometimes creators feel like, oh, they have to just walk around their daily life and in the world and wait for that inspiration. And some feel like they need to show up every day. It sounds like you do both, hey? It's show up, but you're also staying open for that inspiration to come to you. Huh?
I find that this environment where like meeting people for the first time to make music is very different from my songwriting, my typical songwriting. I've got a really tight knit group. It's like my family, my band. We've been together for 7 years. And when we get together, we'll just like start jamming. And typically our writing process is we make music that comes out of the ether, and then someone's got the, you know, like a cell phone recording or something like that. And then we dig back through and say, that was hot. Like, let's work on this. And when we get stuck, it's someone goes for apex break. And then the rest of us all just like, oh, no one's sitting on the kit. I'll sit on the kit, or someone else sits on the kit on the keys, or whatever. We just trade all around, and then the next thing comes out of that. So I feel like when you're an instrumentalist, especially, you can get kind of into your routines and patterns and things that are comfortable to you. So when, you know, as Colleen was saying, like you switch gears, you go to something new, it can come out very differently. Like I can't play a D&B beat at 180 BPM like Spencer can, but I can sit in a hip hop groove like that's easy. That's my bread and butter, you know. So that's the way we get different styles and elements and flavors and get out of that stuckness.
So I think it depends on the kind of stuck, but I notice myself if it's an overall feeling of not being able to finish a group of things or move forward with them, sometimes I'll just go and learn something completely outside of music, get obsessed with a whole other thing, like how to use Blender and do 3D or something. Just spend a couple of weeks doing that, and it's completely outside of the sphere where I felt stuck, and it kind of brings up a new form of creative juices. And then when I go back to it, I've got kind of new ideas that have come out of doing this alternative parallel creative task.
Yeah.
So I find that helps me get unstuck with music specifically.
Okay, so here's one for you then. What, in terms of the creative process, is there any element of it that you think is misunderstood by people who aren't in the creative world or who don't spend their time in the creative world?
I think sometimes there's this illusion that you need all the tools, you know, like the best of the best, or without this, I can't do it. You know, it can be easy to get caught up in that, you know, like letting the quality of your instrument get in the way, or whether you even have an instrument, you know. Sometimes I think it's a lie you can tell yourself too. You know, I can't finish the song because I don't have this instrument, or you know, your effects pedal breaks. You're like, oh well, now I can't finish the song. I was like, well, just do something without it. You know.
I think I went through 5 years and $20,000 buying different types of synths and stuff, just thinking like, oh,
just one more synth, bro. Just one more synth.
I'll be able to write this song. Yeah. And I still never wrote the song. So
a lot of synths though, right?
A lot of synths, yeah.
Nice.
A lot of sounds.
Nice.
Okay, so then Caleb, if you were to give your songwriting team a piece of advice or set the intention, what would it be?
Well, it would almost contradict what you started off with is the first idea is not necessarily the best idea. That's what I would say.
By the way, we have this button here.
Because
Thank you to the producer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's gonna be 7 first ideas or 3 first
Yeah,
ideas. Which of those 3 are the best? Which ones were the first? The first one to say it out loud. At the end of the day, that respect of being listened to and listening to is gonna be arguably the most integral part of it. So if I turn to Colleen and I say, "Oh, try this melody thing," but she really likes her melody thing, it doesn't mean I'm right, but just try it real quick. And then if you see 5 other people go, "Ooh, that's nice," maybe
there's something
yours
there.
isn't the best.
Yeah.
Maybe my recommendation isn't the answer. Try it really quickly. As soon as we get to the "no, but you don't understand, bro," aspect of it, we're gonna run out of time and we won't actually finish feeling good. And
you don't understand, bro. That'll be the red flag.
We'll hit.
Yeah,
that'll be the if anybody says you don't really understand, bro.
Yeah, we'll know.
So I think that's probably. And again, I'm saying this because I was asked the question, but I think everyone resonate. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's totally right, and I love the spirit of let's hear it out loud. Because saying, "Nah, I don't like that idea" before we even hear it is just like, that's silly. Also, I think in the same spirit, if you're gonna say, "I don't know about that," you better have an idea, right? So it's gonna be a lot of that. It's in the spirit of improv. It's yes and, right? It's not, you wouldn't just say no and then have no additional idea. But I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. These people are so talented. I'm so excited.
For a question for you.
Sure.
Okay, so Matt is our audio engineer for the evening, right? And is there anything that you want the team to know before they step in there? Or is there anything, everyone here has been in a studio before and they probably know the basics, but what is sort of the number one thing that people forget about or don't think about when they're stepping into a studio environment that we should remember tonight?
I don't know. I think the number one thing is that if people are inexperienced, they tend to get nervous. And so just come in and enjoy yourself and chill out. And,
You can hear the nervousness.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just overthinking. You hear people getting in their heads. Yeah.
It's amazing how you can actually hear overthinking on a track, hey?
Yeah.
I totally know what you're talking about. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. No overthinking. Have some fun. Great.
Exactly.
Cool. And Andre, if you mind grabbing that mic. Okay, producer for the night. So next episode, we're going to be diving a little deeper with Andre. But just for now, is there anything that you want to share with the team? You're going to be spending most of your time in the studio, welcoming them, supporting them. Anything you want to share?
I guess what's exciting but could be like a bottleneck of sorts is everyone's going to have ideas. And like the first idea could be the best idea, but everyone's first idea could be an idea, could be songs. Like you said, we could write 5 songs if every idea was explored, but there's the bottleneck of the time. So I think only thing I'm ever thinking about in those situations is where's the overlap between ideas? Is there anywhere where these 2 ideas are somewhat in a similar camp and overlapping, or is there a juxtaposition of an idea that might be interesting to try and pull together?
Right.
And this is how genres are created that didn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Put 2 things together that weren't thought to go together. So we're faced with that challenge as a group. What do we do with it, I suppose? So I guess everyone seems to be open. So that's all I could ever ask, is that we just open to it and explore each other's ideas as much as possible. And don't shut anything down until we've decided that as a group somewhat.
Yeah. I think that's great, because also when you think about what we're up to tonight, it's one thing to write a song in 5 hours. That doesn't sound unreasonable. As soon as you enter the recording process into it, it's all bets are off, you know. And of course, you can take any song that you've written and you could spend a year recording it and getting the sounds right, just getting exactly how you want. And then you'll go listen to it in your, you know, in your car speakers and it sounds completely different. And so you could tweak it for so long. So that's going to be a bit of a, I think I'm personally going to be interested to see how that goes tonight, because you guys might figure out how the song's going to go within the first hour, and then we'll see what happens in the studio.
Well, it's improvisation in a live setting. As a band, you can create a song the moment it's made. If everyone's communicating well and knows their craft, that song's just been made in front of your eyes. But to do that live is different from doing it in a studio situation where we're multi-tracking in bits. We're somewhat creating an idea outside of it and then having to meter a piece of it in and cut and paste parts of our ideas and put it together like Lego pieces, which is a bit different. You know?
For sure.
We're not in an environment where we can set everyone up with their respective instruments and everyone's got a mic and a set of headphones and just let's go. It's not like that. So that's a process not everyone enjoys necessarily. Some people love that. I enjoy studio time and the complexity of getting an idea into the box and getting it there how you want it to be.
I feel that.
Not always easy.
Cool. So what we're going to do now is I have prepared a pink nest, and it's full of song titles. And I'm going to pull a song title. I'm going to show it to the camera first. You guys get to see it first. And then you guys get to decide if you would like to write a song with that song title. If you do not want to write a song to that song title, you have the chance to pull one other. But if you choose to pull a second song title, you have to stick with the second song title. You can't go backwards. All right? You guys ready for this?
If everybody flies towards the bam at the same time, then we know, or multiple people. I don't even think Jordan liked it.
Almost remembered.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Oh. Okay.
How y'all feeling?
What do we think?
How's everybody feeling?
I wish we could pull another one and then choose.
And then choose. Wouldn't that be great, hey? Wouldn't that be great?
This is art. There's no.
Okay, well, we can get democratic about it.
Almost remembered.
Yeah. Then we'll feel ownership if we pick between two.
Well, that sounds really good. And, you know, we're live streaming, so I don't want to argue with you. So
Edit the argument out. Wait a minute.
Okay, so last minute rule change.
Yeah. Like, we'll feel it. I feel like once you read the next one, we'll feel what's right.
Okay.
Everyone will feel it.
Here we go.
We'll feel it in where? Like in our, what did you say, in our stomach?
Round number 2.
Stomach and chest.
My future regrets.
Almost remembered. Almost remembered. That's our choice. No.
Okay, please raise a small hand for almost remembered. You can only vote once.
You couldn't go back.
I know, but we're doing.
But she
Oh, she's following the rules now. She's following the rules.
But see, she feels that it's right in her stomach and her chest. See?
Okay, so there we go.
Yes.
We are writing a song tonight called Almost Remembered. Now,
Can I keep that one for myself?
well,
Not for tonight, don't worry.
We effectively utilized the boss's change of rules too. I just want to acknowledge that that's cool that it actually did happen.
It did.
Because if you had chosen the second one, then we were always like, oh, the second one. Then it would have been your rule.
Absolutely right.
But, you know,
Yeah, now you really did choose this. You guys are back.
We own this.
It's commitment.
So this song better be phenomenal. And it's all on you, Colleen.
I hope it's not a song that we just almost remember. You know,
Is it almost remember or remembered?
It's remembered. Okay. Now, what's going to happen at this time is that you guys are going to have 15 minutes to go find a space somewhere in House of Owl to just start getting out those first ideas. Okay. Before you go off and do that, though, I want to say that this piece, there is at some point in the next 4 hours, 5 hours, we're going to pull one more of these. And I'll tell you more about that when we pull it. Okay.
Wow.
If we could all head out, please grab an instrument if you need to. You can start finding your spot. And Andre, if you want to hang out with me and we'll stick around and chat, that would be great. Good luck, everyone. I'm going to start the timer behind us. See this big 5-hour timer?
Wow, we do see that.
Mm-hmm. We're going to start it off, okay?
All right. Can you put it on like 0.75 speed?
Well, right now, how are you feeling about this team, cohesion, about how they're working together?
For me, it's a phenomenal group of individuals, and everyone seems to have the same idea as each other, which is let's work together and be open to ideas. So, yeah, I think it's really exciting.
Is there anything that you're a little nervous about that might happen tonight?
Too many good ideas.
Too many good ideas.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But as well, I think it depends. There's not a disparate difference between the genres everyone is making here. They're all brothers and sisters of each other musically. So we're not sitting here with someone who's like, I am an opera singer and that's all I do.
That's right.
And people think, how would I fit that into anything I do? I think there's crossover between everyone and what they do.
Yeah, there is a lot, and it seems everyone does a lot of things.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities for crossover. A lot of people to go, okay, I'm not going to bring this part of myself to this song. I'm going to bring this other part, and they'll be comfortable with that. Okay, and what do you...
A genre, and having just seen their face and heard them tell me what they make, and there's already kind of whispers in my mind of what that sounds like.
What it
you
could
know
sound
what I mean?
like,
It's like it's in the distance at this stage. So it'd be cool to see what comes out of it as it gets clearer. So I'm
Very
excited.
cool. And do you think that tonight you'll be adding a whole lot of connective tissues to the song itself?
I mean, it's not that I wouldn't enjoy that, but I think if there's no need for an extra cook in the kitchen, I'm not going to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm only ever going to support the ideas that I see, or if there's a bottleneck of some sort with getting things happening in the studio, someone's going to have to be in there alone, and other people are going to have to step out, and just making sure those things happen within the time frame. It's kind of like it's a rodeo.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just one person in there riding the horse, and sometimes it's going to be a group at the same time.
Totally. And I heard one theme come up a couple times when we were talking about how healthy and what limitations can do to the creative process.
Sure.
Caleb was talking about just having the rubber band playing. We were talking about how maybe the 12th synth isn't the one that's going to make it.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a chance we have too many options here tonight?
I mean, you could look at it that way for sure. I think that's where obviously having an engineer sometimes is on hand to say, oh, do you think we have enough time to set this harp up and mic it correctly to record it and then get it out of here and get the next thing? And sometimes you think we'd love to use this, but maybe we don't have the time.
Yeah.
And so maybe the hardest part is deciding which instrument is going to be the main body of the song, getting that in there first, and everything else is just coloring on top. So I think there's just decisions to be made, but I feel everyone is probably of the mind to work together on that and make a decision that works for everyone.
Sounds good. Okay, a couple technical questions. Do you know which DAW we're working in tonight?
I believe we're using Logic.
Logic.
Yes.
Great. And you also brought a laptop and I think a MIDI controller of some sort. Hey?
So I often, for drafts and getting quick ideas together, I use Native Instruments Machine, which is modeled off the MPC, Akai MPC, basically, drum pads. And I find that quite a quick fire way to get an idea together. But my only contribution would perhaps be a rhythm track, so some drums or something, as we don't have a drummer or a drum kit.
Yeah.
And the Logic computer running the session.
What we're going to do in the next episode is that we are going to bring all the songwriters back in. We're going to go around the circle and see what little seeds of ideas popped up during that creative process. And then Andre is going to use his producer magic powers and go, okay, that sounds great, let's put these together. He's going to start orchestrating the whole song, and we're going to start to see the beginnings of what will be the final release at the end of the night. So join us, and we will see you there shortly. Big thank you to everyone who's involved in this crazy adventure. And I can already hear some of the music happening. This is great. And yeah, we'll see you shortly. Thank you to TELUS, House of Owl, Thank you to all of the wonderful songwriters, producers, engineers, and the production team that's gone into making this possible. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Well, that wraps up another Story Hive On Location Victoria. If you have a story to tell and you want to be featured on this show, just scan the QR code and apply to be a guest. Until then, this is Jordan Dack with Story Hive On Location Victoria. I look forward to connecting again soon. Be well.